Well, after you pled out, your sentencing was life in prison plus 20 years.
See, that came about, but like I say, because they asked me about some homicides with my co-defendant. My co-defendant was bragging about some homicides, and a guy wore a wire on a guy named Robert Moody wore a wire on my co-defendant. They took that, okay, when the beef I had with Calio Project, I had a gun, I named it Calio. This was my favorite gun. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to kill as many people I can with this Calio gun. So one of my homeboys was in a car one day, it was task force day, and police came in the project, he ran through the gun. I called Birdman, well, my other co-defendant, he got caught with an SKS in the project, and he was like, hey man, they about to put a warrant out for your arrest. I said, for what? He said, because they said you ran through the gun. I said, man, that wasn't me, I ain't running through no gun. I got my gun on me, you know? The gun I called Calio was on me. So the feds, by the feds having my phone tapped, they called NOPD and said, hey, don't arrest him because we hear him fussing right now saying that wasn't him. But I was prepared because I knew NOPD wanted me bad. So I had called Birdman. I was like, hey man, I'm about to turn myself in, go ahead on and pay my bond right quick. So he was like, you know, what's up? And I was like, man, the homie ran through a gun. He said the gun was dirty. I said, I don't know, it was Calio. He was like, oh. So the feds took that little story, what me and Birdman talked, they took the wiretap from the guy in prison and enhancement, the judge say, well, by the preponderance of the evidence, I hold you accountable for these murders. He said, now I don't think you will get found guilty in the state, but I'm gonna give you life sentence today. And he gave me life twice.
Okay, and you're 24 years old at the time.
23.
23. How does a 23-year-old really deal with life in prison at that point when you hear the judge say that?
I had asked my lawyer. I said, I got life. He was like, he was all into the judge talking, right? I said, hey, I got life. I said, hey, man, yeah. So he thought, because he heard all these stories, gangster, that I'm gonna get ignorant in court, flip the table, get the cussing. No, I was never that type of guy. So I got the life sentence. I didn't feel bad. I wasn't down because I had a strong support system. My mother, baby Slim, you know, baby mothers, few females. So I was good, you know, in my mind I was like, okay, you know, I'm young, you know, I hadn't been in juvenile jail, been in state prison, so I know how to do time in prison, where the feds is a lot different, but it didn't hit me that I had a life sentence to Hurricane Katrina, to 2005. That's when it was like, I was like, whoa, you know, I'm never going home.
Well, you end up getting sentenced to life, and not too long afterwards, Cash Money signs a $30 million deal with Universal. And, you know, Birdman really never gets off that train. You know, he just takes that original deal and just start dropping hit after hit after hit after hit. How did it feel, you almost made it on that ride? Like you were right there. If you didn't get that life sentence, you could have been on that ride along with your two brothers and Lil Wayne and Juvenile and everyone else that really became superstars overnight. They were already stars in New Orleans, but suddenly they became international superstars because they had Universal Records behind them.
I could have been a rapper too, right?
Maybe.
Nah. But listen, man, honestly, when I was doing that time in prison, every time I watched 106 in Park, or every time I heard the radio and heard Wayne, BG, Juvie, Turk, somebody, even the big timers, I felt good, and I had something to look forward to because they took care of me. Man, listen, my whole 23 years, I did 23 years, 10 months. 6 months, Birdman cut me off. But my whole bid, they took care of me. I never wanted for nothing. I didn't know how it feel to do bad. I was able to take care of my children from prison, help my children in college. 2 of my daughters graduated from 2 different colleges. So they took care of me, man. I didn't have a word, sent me pictures. I would call Birdman every time I get my minutes. He counted my minutes for me. He would let me talk to certain celebrities. So my time, man, went by with ease.